Salutations gamers, Bazil here. Welcome to a very special edition of PvP Breakdown. Going to be looking at what my spec is, what abilities I use, what utility skills I use, my elite skill, traits, runes, sigils, blah blah blah. Let's get started. So, my thief currently has 23,000 HP, a lot of armor, a lot of health, a good critical strike chance, and a lot of good attack power. The rune I am using for my armor is Rune of the Dolyak, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It gives me extra health, extra toughness, and constant regeneration, which is really good for my stealth. Both my main hands have Sigil of the Geomancy, or whatever it's called. This allows me to bleed surrounding targets whenever I weapon swap in combat. Both the offhand weapons have Sigil of Agony, which gives them extra bleed percentage time increase. And I'm using PvP Knight's Amulet for the extra health and just overall survivability. I like it. I'm one of those guys that just kind of really enjoy the, what do you want to call it? Survivability aspect of Guild Wars 2. I like moving around a lot, and I like keeping my opponent on my toes. So, currently this is the spec I'm using. I believe I have changed a couple of traits prior to this video, so some things might be a little bit changed, but for the most part, the points all stay the same. So let's kind of jump right in. The first rune I'm using for my Shadow Arts is Master of Deception. All deception skills recharge 20% faster. Very, very useful. Very, very useful. The first one I use in my utility roundabout is going to be Blinding Powder. Blinds nearby foes, all nearby foes, and it stealths me for 3 seconds. Very useful if I need a quick getaway. Shadow Refuge, probably one of the most useful utilities that a thief has. You can actually stealth your entire group if you're trying to do some sort of surprise attack. You can stealth yourself, revive an ally while they're stealth and you're stealth. That way they can't do any sort of knockback to you unless they just kind of happen to do it. They can't actually target you. You can actually finish an enemy. You stealth yourself and then trigger your finish enemy. They can't target you with like a knockback unless it's a guardian that does like Wave of Light or whatever. So another thing I want to kind of keep in mind is if you walk out of it early, you're not going to be able to stay in stealth. If you stay in it more than 8 seconds, you can stay in stealth for a long time. Very, very useful. Shadow Step, another ability that allows you to kind of target where you want to go. Use it once, you're going to break stealth. You use it again, you're going to break stealth once again, and you remove 3 conditions. So basically you have 2 stun breaks and 3 condition removals, which is really, really good. Now the one I don't use is Smokescreen. This is more useful in the crit build that the thief has. It blocks projectiles, and if you actually Heartseeker strike through it, you gain stealth. So you can actually Heartseeker strike and then backstab if you time it right. Very, very useful. All of these are probably one of my favorite aspects of the thief, is they have a lot of good utility and just a lot of good uses. So I want to go over Shadow Step just a little bit more. You can go up and down cliffs, but it's very, very fickle. Guild Wars has a system in place where if it's at a certain distance and the height ratio from the ground, from the gap to the ground is, I think, more than like 20 feet or something, you're not going to go anywhere except right on the edge of where you would actually jump from. So I'm hoping they change that. This is the same thing with stealth. Steal. You can't steal upwards, like at all. Like if you're in World versus World, you can't steal upwards or you can't Shadow Step upwards. I really think that they need to fix this because I think that would add a lot more strategy to at least World versus World and some instances in the PvP area as well. I think that maybe they should have a different Shadow Step and Steal for PvE, like the actual PvE worlds, and then something completely different for World versus World and Structured and Tournament PvP. I think that would just really kind of help the thief in more of a tactical advantage, as well as kind of give the thief some more diversity. But you never know. The rest of my spec is pretty straightforward. A lot of it has to do with dodging and just kind of allowing me to better assist my teammates. So let's kind of go into the rest of the Shadow Art runes, which is going to be Cloaked in Shadow and Shadow's Rejuvenation. Cloaked in Shadow allows me to blind foes when I go into stealth. Very, very useful. There is not a global cooldown on this, so every time I go into stealth, I'm going to blind foes. It is really useful. This allows me to get an escape off, maybe not take that last increment of damage that a warrior was going to do, or a mesmer, etc., etc. It's just really, really useful. Shadow's rejuvenation is pretty self-explanatory. The longer you stay in stealth, the more health you regenerate. So if you stay in Shadow Refuge long enough, you're going to have a lot of health. Let's actually look at the default smaller traits or runes that you're going to get if you spec 5, 20, or 5, 15, and 25. Last Refuge, use Blinding Powder when the health reaches 25%. This is a minute and 30-second cooldown, or 90 seconds. Meld with Shadows, excuse me. Toy Boat. Stealth skills last 1 second longer. This, again, is very, very useful, because that 1 second of stealth that you normally wouldn't have could save your life, could give you an extra 1 second of regeneration, etc., etc. Apparently I can't talk. Very, very useful. It's just, it's something I would definitely use. The last one that you're going to get, which is at 25, is going to be Hidden Assassin. Gain Might for 15 seconds. Kind of obvious what that does. It's very, very useful. 15 seconds of extra power. Next is going to be the Acrobatics Runes. Fleet Shadow. Move 33. Toy Boat. Move 33% faster while in stealth. Quick Recovery. Gain an additional 2 initiative every 10 seconds. Both are very, very self-explanatory. Both really complement this stealth build very, very well. Moving on to the last one. Quick Pockets. Gain 3 initiative on Weapon Swap. What the hell? Okay. Weapon Swap while in combat. Again, very self-explanatory. It just allows me to continue combat even if I weapon swap, because usually if you weapon swap as a thief, you're kind of schniz for anything. Anyway, moving on to the smaller traits. Again, these are at 5, 15, 25. Expeditious Dodger. That took me about 45 takes to actually say that word. I got it. I'm excited. Gain 2 seconds of swiftness upon evade. Very useful. Feline Grace. Meow. Dodging returns some of the endurance used, so this really encourages you to dodge a lot and just use that evade. The next one complements pretty much both of these insanely. Fluid Strikes increases the damage by 10% when your endurance is not full. So again, this build complements dodging and just staying out of the way of stuff. It's awesome. Moving on to the Trickery traits. First one is Merciful Ambush. Create an ambush trap while reviving an ally. This effect can occur no more than once every 20 seconds. Very useful to use in accordance with Shadow Refuge as well. The next one is Kleptomaniac. Stealing gives you 3 initiative. Very useful if you're low on initiative, you just steal. So, yeah. My final skill is an elite skill called Basilisk Venom. No, not Harry Potter. I know. Get it, Harry Potter pass. Never mind. This is a very, very useful skill. It has a 1 second cast time. It's useful because it locks your target in place for a full second. The Venom lasts 45 seconds, but once it's activated on a target, it will actually stop them in their tracks. It's pretty much a purification for 1 second. Any ability will affect this, whether it be an auto attack, Heartseeker, a bow attack, a pistol attack, anything that actually damages the opponent will trigger Basilisk Venom. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I put together this because it was requested. I'm sorry it took a little bit longer than normal. I had some weird issues where I had it done and I did not like how it looked. It didn't look as good as I wanted it to, so I honestly kind of deleted the whole thing and redid it. So, that's okay. There is another PvP breakdown coming. I've just been really busy over the last week or so. My Smite team just got a new roster, and I was made the captain of that, so I've been kind of dealing with all that fun stuff. We're practicing a little bit more, and hopefully we'll get some good results now. But no one cares about Smite right now, because this is a Guild Wars 2 video. The changes to the new Heartseeker really kind of helped, I think, calm down the complaining bullcrap that has been on the forums. Seriously, people on the forums, little rant here, people on the forums, chill the kitten out. Seriously, you guys are the most stupid morons I've ever seen in my life. It's like, okay, this class is overpowered. Seriously, every class in the forums apparently is overpowered, which I don't get. The Ranger needs a lot of help, to be honest with you. The Mesmer is a little bit unbalanced. I don't like to use the word overpowered because there's not a lot of classes that are overpowered. In my personal opinion, the only class that it is actually overpowered is the Warrior, because they have a lot of HP and their glass cannon build doesn't actually suffer from anything. So, I don't know. The Guardian got some love for the two-handed hammers. I'm not sure why. The stun locking capabilities of both the Guardian and the Warrior with the two-handed weapons is kind of BS in my opinion, but that's okay. I'm not going to really rant on that for a long periods of time, but on the forums, just chill out. You guys really need to learn how Guild Wars 2 combat works. This is not WoW. This is not, hey, I can just do whatever the crap I want. This is a lot more tactical and a lot more strategic based. It's not, let's just mash buttons. If you're mashing buttons, you're playing the game completely wrong. So, anyway, guys, again, apologies for just the delay. I wanted to actually make this a video out about 4 days ago, but again, I wanted to give it more of a production look that I was looking for. So, once again, guys, please leave your commentative or negative commentative? What the hell is commentative? I don't know. It sounds like a communist reference. Commentative. Please leave your negative or positive comments in the boxes below. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, very much appreciate the support you guys give me over the last month or so to my subscribers. Thank you guys for being patient and just kind of dealing with the really non-schedule-esque of the videos there. I am really trying to work a schedule, but I'm changing my entire work schedule and my sleep habits, which is not fun. So I'm dealing with that. My wife just got a new job, so congrats to her. She is finally doing a job in her field, which she went to school for, which is event planning. That is awesome. So things are looking up. Things are looking up. It's been kind of a crappy 2 months, but hey, want to know what? God is good. He's blessed us again, so can't really complain about that. So yeah, that's all I got. See you guys next time. As always, guys, God bless. Take care, and I will see you on the battlefield soon, shortly, and goodbye.